Well, hello everybody. We are here in Valencia at the STEP Global Conference, Family Business Conference, and we've just come from a panel with lots of NextGens, but particularly with Francesca Lee and Linda Lam. That's correct, I think, yes. You have a background in family business and you are both succeeding in the business, so kind of in BeeWyzer terms, you have taken the entrepreneurial journey. So Linda is in a jade business, but you will tell us a little bit more about that, and Francesca in the textiles business. So whoever wants to go first, but what has been your journey so far in taking over the succession of the business, and what did you come across in financial learning terms? Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you, Peter. So for myself, I have been in the industry for 10 years. I've joined my mother's uniform company 10 years ago, and also not long after I joined her, I started my own suit tailoring business. So what she has been doing for more than 30 years is more B2B, and what I started was B2C. So sharing the same resources, sharing the same platform, I'm kind of slowly I wouldn't say taking over, because I'm still learning from my mother and still working together. She's still very hands-on and healthy, so I don't think she's fully retired anytime soon. But we're working together in building, I say, a family business with different lines together, hand in hand. And this entrepreneurial journey has been like a roller coaster for me, because when I first started, it's joining her company, I didn't expect this journey to be like this, as in I did not know what entrepreneurship meant at that time. So it's kind of exploring as I go. So I would say entrepreneurship is about exploring and learning about the self as well.
Very much. So let me just ask one question more to you. So you had actually started your own business, but then went into the family business. So that's an interesting step. So not the other way around or anything. How did that, was that to gain confidence elsewhere and then come back into your own business, or what was the story to that?
Oh, it was quite a surprise, because first of all, when I joined my mother's company, I did not know anything about textile, did not know anything about fabrics, and wasn't really interested in it, I must admit. But then after I joined her and learned about the textile, I actually found a passion, and that was a surprise. And
we say that in BeeWyzer, what is your passion? So you found it.
Yes, I actually found that kind of heartbeat, if you allow me to say.
Well, sure.
The heartbeat when seeing people dressed in very fitted suits, and that's how I discovered that I actually have a passion and maybe some sense in that aspect, and so I developed very naturally. So I guess that was the beginning of the entrepreneurship.
Great. So your entrepreneurship journey is still ongoing.
Yes.
Linda, your family is in the jade business. Amazing, these jade stones. I have no idea about that, but how did this, tell us a little bit about your story. How did it come that you enter into the business, or was that always planned, or did it develop slowly? Please tell us a little bit.
Thank you, Peter. And similar to Francesca's experience, I also started up a new brand other than my family business. So I may talk a little bit of my family business first. My family business is about jade manufacturing and trading, and we've been doing this for over 70 years already, and I'm the third generation now. And then besides family business, I also start up a new brand, which is completely separated from the family business.
And did you manage that separately?
Yes, I manage that separately. Wow. And the resources, everything, structure, all separated. Yes, the reason why I'm doing so is because I want to try something new that I cannot apply to my family business. And that's why I have try and experience, try and experiment, and then start up a new firm.
And what were we discussed a lot about cultural differences in different regions. Obviously, you're both from Asia. We sometimes in BeeWyzer we talk about Middle Eastern countries. But what is special about the Asian culture in passing businesses or wealth across to the next generation? I think, Linda, if I may carefully raise the matter of communication with parents. Is that a different thing in Asia, or?
I think it is quite different in Asian culture because, like for my family, when I come back to family business, actually I didn't know that before. We didn't have this kind of communication that I have to go back to family. And it is when my dad was sick, and then I was told that I have to go back, and that's why I was quite mentally unprepared.
Yes.
And I was very confused and helpless in the beginning because I have no idea what my family is doing. I don't know the operations, everything, and that's why I find it quite difficult in picking up my family business in a very beginning.
At the discussion round on the conference here, we discussed that a timely preparation, early preparation is important. I'm sure you agree with that.
Yes. I agree that communication is very important because I'm from a very traditional Chinese family, and where the parents don't talk to the kids and they don't ask us what are our preference or what are our plannings for our futures. And that's why when I go back to family business, I do not have enough training and also do not have enough knowledge about the industry. And I'm in a jade industry which really relies very heavily on industry experience and
very
industry
specialist
knowledge.
know-how
Yes, very
about
specialist.
the jade.
Yes, it's like my dad's been in the industry for 50 years. My mom is in the industry for 30 years, and they still make mistakes when they are evaluating the price of jades. And I have 3 years of experience now, so I really feel very stressed when it comes to a situation where I have to decide on the price of the jade. And that's why I think that communication and training is really important for a family
you mentioned,
business
I
succession.
think I can repeat that in the panel discussion, that it's fine if your children sell all the jade at some point, but then it would be good if they know the price. I quite like that. So
at least they have some knowledge, then they can sell a good price.
Maybe at that point, the kind of question to both of you, I mean, we're talking a lot about family business involvement, but then there is the family wealth and the family legacy. I mean, do you see that in a similar way to also prepare for the passing over of the wealth at the same time as the business? And are you involved in that, or do you see that differently? And do you think you need like a different education in that compared to the operational business education, or what's your thought on wealth succession?
Because for me, in my industry, in the jade industry, the biggest asset we have in the company are the stones. And that's why a business and asset cannot be really separated. Yes, and that's why I think it is very important for me if I'm going to plan for the next generation to go back to family business, I will say that asset management is a very important key for my industry.
Indeed.
Yes.
Francesca, how did that go for you?
I think for us, it's not particularly only about wealth management as in monetary, but a lot of resource and values that are being passed from the previous generations to us. I think it's important to learn about the visions and values of the company so that we can help the sustainability of the business with the right values that they treasure. So, and especially the resources that I was talking about earlier, without them, I wouldn't have been able to start up so quickly with a new business, leveraging what they already have built, the relationships, the partnerships for so many years. So I think there's a lot they can pass on, not only monetary wealth. Yes.
Great, thank you. I mean, just to conclude maybe this quick interview that we're doing here, what would be your recommendation to other next gens? You have both enjoyed a very international education, universities, schooling and so on, but now here we are talking more the financial education specifically for the family business and the wealth. What would be your recommendations for others to maybe have it easier than you might have had it? I mean, it's going well for both of you, but any recommendations or thoughts about that?
I think the next generation should be really have the awareness of the importance of financial planning.
Financial planning.
Financial
That's a
planning.
very important word. Yes.
Yes, like for the first generation of the business, usually they accumulate their wealth bit by bit, and that's why when it comes to decision that they need to spend money, they are usually very cautious about spending their hard-earned money, right? But for second generation or third generation, the wealth and the assets are already there. It is very easy for us to make decision to spend money, and I think that we should be aware of this very important thing of financial planning, so we make more responsible decisions.
Great, Francesca.
I think we should always respect our family members, no matter previous generations or same generation, so that we can keep an open mind when we communicate, so that we can share our thoughts without taking things so personally, or else if we get extremely emotional, especially among family members, it's going to hurt the family. So we try to, at least myself, I try to keep in mind that the family business is not only about the business, but the family, and in my case, it's family first. And so we hope the communication will be always open, honestly, with an open mind and high trust, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
trust and a holistic view about business, family, and wealth.
Yes.
So to both of you, thank you very much for participating in the BeeWyzer interview series. Francesca Lee, Linda Lam, thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, BeeWyzer. Thank you.
Thank you, BeeWyzer.